Looks like the ball is rolling. We'll get started. Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Coming at you on a Saturday evening. Oh my God, I almost forgot what day it was. We're going to talk some Final Battle 2018, folks. Just got done watching it. Wow. You know, I've heard a lot of talk this week about how hard it is to write 5 hours of television. Heard all sorts of different opinions defending it, poo-pooing it. This show was 4 hours, and it was gold from start to finish. It had some of the best wrestling of the year from some of the best wrestlers. It had, I was going to say it had some comedy, but honestly, I don't think there was a lot of comedy in this. Usually you see a little, I mean, if you were to throw Dalton Castle's character in the realm of comedy, you know, charismatic / comedy, because he's really out there, you know, eccentric. What's the word? I don't know. Styles is in the chat, gives me a late night woo. What's up, brother? Hope your weekend's going good, dude. I almost didn't come on here tonight. It's been a back and forth day. We'll just say that. Took me all day to watch this too, man. I didn't sleep good last night, and then I took an extended nap in the middle of today. So I started watching this morning and ended up watching it this evening. Oh, man. So, yeah, it literally took me like all day to watch it off and on between stuff and things and whatnot. But anyways, yeah, this... It just is comical. The whole discussion of, oh, it's so hard to write 5 hours of television. Well, like I said, this was 4 hours, 4 solid hours. And I may not have been vested in half of these matches, but I watched them all. And they were damn good. So, whatever. You can have your opinion. I've got mine. I think a good chunk of that argument about how hard it is, I think that's just people making excuses is what it is. It's what it is. And while we're chugging along here, while we're chugging along here talking about this event, Final Battle from last night, let me know your thoughts as well. Or if you're watching this after the fact, let me know. You know, what were your favorite parts? What was your favorite match? Did you feel it was booked right? Would have you done it different? Whatever, talk to me about it. Styles, let me know if you watched it. Would love to know. So we start out with a match that I didn't even know was on here. I thought I knew the whole card. Because I did the predictions a few nights ago. This is not. I don't think this was in the mix at the time. But nonetheless, we get former TV champ Kenny King, and I say that because I don't watch it as much as I probably should because it is good wrestling. But but the last memory I have of Kenny King on Ring of Honor television is he was TV champ, and that was somewhere within the last year. He had a feud with. Oh, maybe I'm confusing that with Jay Lethal. I was thinking about Silas Young. Maybe I'm confusing that. But anyways, it's been a while since I've seen Kenny King, and he is good. He is good. Just haven't seen him in a while. And he's going against someone fresh out. Well, at least from where I'm sitting, he's fresh out of the Ring of Honor dojo. I've never seen him before. This is my first time seeing him. But apparently he's had some matches and some good ones from what it sounds like too. Mr. Eli Isom? It's one. I apologize. It's one of the two. I know I spelled it correctly on here. I just forgot how they pronounced it. We'll say Isom. Kenny King comes out with a win here. And for the first time I've ever seen Eli in the ring, excuse me, he looked damn good. This kid, I mean, he's, this is, I'm guessing this is his first big show as far as being part of a pay-per-view event. I could be wrong. Because I haven't seen them all lately. But I'm guessing this is his first, so this is a nice chance for him to shine against a true in-ring veteran like Kenny King. And even though this was a loss, and some people probably would have liked to have seen Eli get the win, as a little push, as in, hey, welcome to the show. These two still put on a hell of a match, and Eli looked good for never seen him before. I thought he looked good. Kenny, of course, looked great, like he always does in the ring. Charismatic, cocky, Not a big gimmick behind him, just some flashy lights and some swagger to boot. That's what Kenny King is. Next we had what was, oh man, I mean, I really don't know what you would call the best match of the show, but I would certainly count this as one of them. I mean, this match was the one that really got the crowd woke up. Like, okay, here we go. Here's the show. Nothing against Kenny King and Eli Isom, but this one really got people going. It included someone from the Elite, someone very popular, Mr. Hangman Adam Page, going after the Ring of Honor TV title of Jeff Cobb. Jeff Cobb just won it recently from Punishment Martinez before he left the company for greener pastures. So, I mean, they really slingshot Jeff Cobb into the spotlight with this championship. But as good as Jeff is, it's great to see. I'm just hoping that being a part of Ring of Honor, Jeff can work on other stuff that he should work on. Now, don't get me wrong, he's been a different level of charisma and talent in a show like Lucha Underground, but he's under a mask, and it's different. That's Hollywood. This is Ring of Honor. So, but I think working with the right people, Jeff Cobb will. Not that I want to see him change a lot, but you know, it's just one of those things. He's not Hangman Adam Page. Hangman Adam Page has been hanging with the Bucks, hanging with Cody, hanging with Marty, Joey Ryan. He's had time and a half on being the elite, doing storylines, crafting his own character outside of the ring, which is not really any different. Jeff Cobb doesn't have that. But in time, I think Jeff Cobb will get that. So, that being said, going into this, I knew these two guys were just going to clobber the hell out of each other. And this match was so fun to watch. And if you're... See, I've been watching Jeff for a few years now on Lucha Underground, and seeing him shine in a brand like this or Ring Warriors is a treat. And I've talked about this a little bit before. It took me a while to really get on the Adam Page bandwagon as far as really becoming a fan. And I'll admit, and I've said this before, but it's been a long time, so I'll reiterate it. When he became a member of the Bullet Club, oh man, what was that, 2 years ago? No, maybe even longer than that. Between 2 to 3 years ago, whenever it was when Adam Cole was like the leader of the Bullet Club. And they both came in about the same time. And I could understand Adam Cole. But when they brought in Adam Page, I was like, I always looked at Adam Page like a second-rate Adam Cole. And so I paid little to no attention to him. I didn't see the talent he had. I mean, I know he was an okay wrestler, but I just chose to, like, ignore him. Well, over the course of the last couple of years, very slowly, and especially this year, I noticed his talent. Especially leading into All In in his match with Joey Janela. Now, granted, that was like it was like a hardcore match, TLC match, whatever you want to call it. But, man, that is the match that really was like, it just wowed me. I mean, I know Joey was good because I had slowly over the course of this year become a fan of his as well. And knew he wasn't just a hardcore flash in the pan kid. He had some talent, you know. He was really starting to turn some heads. He's got some charisma besides some hardcore craziness. And these two together just knocked it out of the park at All In. So I was like, oh, Hangman Page is going for the TV title. But I know he's also part of the Elite, and we know what's going on with the Elite. So, in a sense, this match was somewhat predictable, but it was still one of the best matches on the card to watch between an Olympian like Jeff Cobb and what they like to call him, like a blue chipper like Hangman. And these two just clobbered the hell out of each other. And it was tremendous. Jeff Cobb retaining his championship. Then we go on to Women of Honor Elimination Four Corners match between Sumi Sakai, the champ, Kelly Klein, Madison Rayne, and Karen Q. Now, I've watched a lot of Madison Rayne's work. But as far as the rest of them, I haven't seen much. But I know Sumi Sakai's been champ for about a year-ish, something like that. Maybe longer. I don't know. And really know nothing about Karen Q. I've seen Kelly Klein before, but never really paid much attention. This one really, I mean, all the girls shined, but this was really Kelly's night to shine. It really was. I was rooting for Madison Rayne because, I'll be honest, it's the only one I was really familiar with. But nonetheless, all the women kicked ass. They all did something special in the match. Kelly Klein came out on top and literally eliminated them all one by one. So, hashtag and new Women of Honor's champion, Kelly Klein. And, hey, I'll say it. She made a fan out of me. You know, I'm sold on her talent. I can't wait to see more of her stuff. She reminds me of someone else, and I couldn't place it at first. But she reminds me of that one girl from the Riot Squad. Not Ruby Riot. Not the little blonde, the other one. And I can't. Crazy. Her name in the Indies was Crazy something. And I can't for the life of me think of what her name was. But she's a taller girl, a little more power behind her. That's why it reminded me of that. But anyways, besides that, good match between the four women. Next, we had, this match was ridiculous. Jonathan Gresham, and this was his, I guess this was an open challenge. And Zack Sabre Jr. accepted it a few weeks back on Ring of Honor television as far as accepting his open challenge to Final Battle. So this was his debut match in Ring of Honor, Zack Sabre Jr.'s. So not that he's not going to wrestle anymore in New Japan, or maybe he's not. I'm not sure what's going on because he was in Suzuki Gun, and but nonetheless, sounds like he's sticking around in Ring of Honor, which is tremendous. I'm a big fan of Zack's. I watched him just destroy people and evolve for like a solid, I'd say, like year and a half while I was watching it on Flow Slam. Tremendous talent. It was also in the original Cruiserweight Classic And man, he I mean, and I've watched a few Jonathan Gresham matches recently, just because I keep hearing stuff about him, like, "Oh, you got to watch this guy." I look at Jonathan Gresham, and he kind of reminds me of the next Daniel Bryan type guy who's just a crazy talented grappler, like real wrestling. You're not going to see a lot of, you know, you're not going to see a lot of eye pokes and stuff like that. This kid's just, it's going to twist you and turn you every single way to make you submit or pin you or whatever. It's just crazy watching this kid work. Then you put him in the ring with a guy like Zack Sabre Jr., who's got a definite height advantage on Jonathan Gresham, but has the same kind of grappling talent. I mean, you could have flipped the coin on this one. Either one had just as much advantage, in my opinion, on who to win. Zack won his debut match, though, but I've got a feeling this may not be done, because it looked like Zack really lit a fire underneath Jonathan Gresham's ass. As in, Jonathan looked legit frustrated that he lost. You know, you could see that there was a lot of emotion behind this. You know, so tremendous match, a lot of great, real, just down on the mat wrestling. You know, and you don't see that from everyone. You know, this is a special breed of kids here. You know. I compare it to something like the classic Benoit Kurt Angle match, something like that. You know. What's next here? Dalton Castle against Matt Taven. This one I shouldn't say watched with one eye closed, but I just didn't pay as much as attention as I probably should have. I mean, I'm a fan of both, and I'm a firm believer that Matt Taven is going to be something. He's going to kick it up a notch in 2019. Okay. The company, between last night and tonight, starting the TV tapings that are going to go into the new year, the company is going to change a lot. Okay. They're losing a lot of people. They're going to get a lot of new people. So that means different people are going to get a lot better chance at certain opportunities. Matt Taven's going to be one of them. I firmly believe that. I'd put a lot of money on him to lead the way in 2019, honestly. But these two did, I mean, for what I remember of it, these two did have a good match. Dalton Castle still looked very roughed up. He still had a lot of, parts taped up. And even though he was cleared for this, I don't know. You say you're ready, but he didn't look ready. But he gave Matt Taven a hell of a run, to the point that they were both hobbling around just as much as the other, as far as, hurting. So, All right, what's next here? This one going for the world title shot. Oh, Marty Scurll defending his world title shot against Christopher Daniels. Two very emotional charged matches back to back here between Daniels and Scurll, and then the next match, Bully Ray and Flip Gordon, and we'll get into why. They both kind of blended together. The Scurll Daniels match. Now, apparently, this is supposed to be Christopher Daniels' last match in Ring of Honor if he loses the opportunity at a world title shot. If he beats Marty Scurll, that means he gets an opportunity to face the champion, which means he would have to then sign a new contract at some point to stay in the company. So that's what Christopher Daniels is fighting for. But in some aspects, because they call this final battle, this also kind of felt like maybe it was also, if he lost, Christopher Daniels' legit final battle. As in, is he done after this? Is he done wrestling? He's, 48 years old. He's creeping up on 50. Probably faster than others. He had an XX5 on his belt, on his ring gear, on his pants, signifying 25 years. Not too many people last 25 years and still look that damn good in the ring. Hell, just a year ago, he was world champ in Ring of Honor. Now, it took him a long flipping time to get there, but he was still world champ, which was, I remember seeing it. That was quite the high. That was a proud moment if you're a wrestling fan watching him finally get that. Because I don't think he was ever Ring of Honor champ before, from what I remember. So he obviously is trying to get that back with this match. Losing against Marty Scurll, ends up tapping out, and then just as he's listening to the thank yous from the crowd, and he's standing up on the second rope, acknowledging the crowd, raising his hand, waving thank you, Bully rushes the ring, low blows him. Daniels collapses, falls over the rope onto the floor, which then pretty much right off the bat starts the next match. There was no break. It was, oh, Bully's out here, Daniels is down, that match is done, where's Flip? Flips, which immediately took the fans out of their emotional, wow, this might be it for Daniels, to fuck you, Bully. Yeah, that place got loud quick, from cheers, clapping, to instantaneous boos, and just, a lot of drunk New Yorkers just pissed off, which is not a good thing. Oh, man. Yeah, the place got loud several times during the night. It was a great crowd. It really was. It was a very Very passionate crowd, we'll say that. Flip's music then hits, and he comes in through the Hammerstein Ballroom's crowd. He's shown in tactical gear with the American flag. Eye level with him in the balcony, makes his way down to the ring, and the crowd is just, yeah, get him. I mean, I've watched some Ring of Honor television lately and some of the promos leading up to this match. And Bully, I mean, you can take this all the way back to All In when Bully started out the one battle royal by clobbering who we didn't know at the time was Flip Gordon, and then he beat him at the end. So you can take it all the way to that, back to that if you want. So in my mind, that's where it goes back to. But see, and this match is another thing I want to touch on while talking about this match specifically. You guys know about why I'm upset with the WWE product right now and why I'm not watching. I've discussed that a couple times on here. This match is a perfect example of how to get emotions out of a crowd that is already emotionally charged up and not cross the line of and piss off wrestling fans like, oh, they shouldn't have done that. Why did they do that? That was just wrong. Several points in this match, they crossed the line, got edgy, made you shake your head, but didn't turn the fans into, no, screw this company, I'm never watching this again. No, it told a great story. They were edgy. It was like it was like what I just said. It was an emotionally charged story that they told in the ring, outside of the ring. Everyone that was involved in the match, which was honestly a handful of people or more, from Kerry Silken at ringside, Bobby Cruz, ring announcer, Flip's girlfriend, Colt Cabana running down the ringside, Silas Young. Was Cheeseburger down there? I think Cheeseburger was down there too. So many people involved in this match and telling the story and getting involved in this match. What's up, Ronnie? Good evening to you. How you doing? Long time no chit chat. Welcome. Crack a cold one. Come on in. We're talking some Ring of Honor. At one point, it's funny. We saw this girl at ringside all night, and I'm like, who's this timid little cute girl at ringside? Who is this? She didn't look like she was very emotionally vested in the show. It's like, who is this? And then we come to find out, oh, it's Flip's girlfriend. And it was just funny. So, one very emotional part of part of that match, Bully grabs her because they made a point to say who she was. So that when Bully went after her, it was like, it wasn't just he just grabbed some. If you just you didn't know and you're just grabbing some random person out of the crowd, that would have been stupid. No, they made a point to say, oh, that's his girlfriend at ringside. That's Flip's girlfriend. My wife says J-Po drinks too much. Hey, I have 2 while I podcast. That's it. That's it. It's either a Mr. or Mrs. Survivor Series. Not sure if this is a male or female. I was there live. Amazing show. Ladder War was fucking insane live. Well, thank you for joining Survivor Series, if that's your real name. Just razzing you. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for watching. I think I should say thank you for chiming in on the chat, on the live chat. What? Is that French? You lost me. I'm a dude. Okay. Okay. Just messing with you. You're new, so it's all good, all fun. Thank you for joining in. Yeah, that ladder war was insane. We'll get to that in just a little bit. But yeah, I mean, they told a story without crossing the line. It was great. You lost me. I didn't know what that was. Survey. Do I need to Google that? What is that? But it was a great match with so many different components added. You know, grabbing the Singapore cane stick, going after Carrie at ringside, because Bully's just a bully. Why not? Bobby Cruz getting involved. And I'm going to forget some of the order of this. I know Silas Young came down. Flip's girlfriend almost got put through a table. They almost lit a table on fire. So, you know, and I've got to believe that this finally puts this chapter to bed between these two. And honestly, after all this, I don't know if there's anything left for Bully to do in the company. I'm not knocking him, but how do you top that? You know? Because, I mean, this was big for him, and this was big for Flip, too. He's had a hell of a year. He's really come into his own. He really has. Between this trying to get into All In and all that stuff, and now this was a tremendous way to really solidify his fan base, I think, in Ring of Honor over the course of this past year. Overbooked to hell, but one of the few times it worked and the crowd loved it. Overbooked in, like, there was like too many components. And I get what you're saying, if that's what you meant. But in some ways, I felt it was necessary, because if you've watched the promos and what's already been done, they already did so much to each other. So it helped to add to the story. It made you boo Bully more. It put over Flip more if maybe you weren't quite behind him. You know, all these little things help, in a sense, you know? Excuse me. But a hell of a match. I loved it. work for the match. Very easy to ruin a match if overbooked too much, a la Russo. Well, they didn't put Flip's girlfriend on a forklift up in a cage. I don't know how you add that. Oh, and just throw Enzo in the cage with her for shits and giggles as a debut of Ring of Honor. I'm kidding. What is he talking about? This is the part where Ronnie's wife says, "See, J-Bone drinks too much." Yeah. So, great finish. Flip just clobbers the crap out of him. As was funny, if you looked at where he was on the gasoline-soaked table. So I was waiting for like someone to like accidentally light the table, and then all of a sudden, Bully's face goes up in flames or some shit. So yeah, and then you even got a USA chant out of the crowd, and it wasn't even like a USA versus Russia or whatever thing, It was just an emotionally charged moment, and the fans loved it. It was a great underdog story in a sense where Flip came out on top. Good guy wins in the end. The story is simple and has been told 1,000 billion times. Tonight it worked, Excuse me, last night it worked, What was next here? The Ring of Honor Championship. Jay Lethal defending against Cody, who really turned up the heel heat tonight. Lately, it's just been he's cocky, he's charismatic. But tonight, Cody, please no Enzo in Ring of Honor. Yeah, trust me, I wouldn't want that either. I like and respect the guy, but no. I wouldn't I wouldn't want him in that company either. God was rooting for him big time before pulling the heel shit. Well, yeah, because fans aren't stupid. They know this is the last hurrah for a handful of guys on the show. So, he didn't have to say anything. Because even after that, fans still cheered him. But it did add a dose of, okay, let's make this, let's take this realism and turn it up to 11 and really let them know that he's not coming back. To the point that the fans that love the company so much and they're excited about the Madison Square Garden show come WrestleMania weekend, the G1, what is it called? G1 Supercard, whatever they're calling it. Him saying, and I'm not going to be on it. And I don't remember the exact words he said, but he basically said, I'm not going to be on it. Which just, fueled people's emotions even more. So, but yeah, these two, couple interesting things about this. Of course, Brandy gets involved. And what were Cody and Brandy wearing? It looked like some classic G.I. Joe stuff. It's crazy. Pseudo retro military G.I. Joe stuff. It's kind of weird, but cool nonetheless, I guess. I grew up on G.I. Joe. I saw that eye patch and I was like, oh, that's like something straight out of the 80s cartoon or something. I don't know what the red glove was. That was supposed to symbol some kind of gauntlet or something. I don't know what that was, but whatever. Brandy always stunning. Snake, Nintendo character. Oh, okay. Like Snake Plissken? Is that was his name? No, I'm thinking of the movie character. That's from Metal of Honor. No, Metal Gear. Metal Gear. I think that's it. There's a couple different snakes out there. Snake Plissken wore a patch too. That was Kurt Russell's. Is that Escape from New York and then Escape from L.A.? Now, you know Hollywood and they can't stay away from shit like too long. And while Kurt's still savagely good looking for his age, even as Santa Claus on Netflix, you know he's going to wear the eye patch one more time. Oh, held for review. What did you... Well, you sent a link. I don't know what that is. I'll look at that later. I've seen the character before. I'm just a little out of the realm of classic Nintendo games. I played the original, if it makes you feel any better. That goes back a lot of years. So, but yeah, hell of a match between these two. Brandy got involved a couple times. They really made a point to talk about the spears that she gave and that reconstructed shoulder with all the metal gear in it. Metal Gear, the shoulder was solid. Try the pork. Try the pork. I'll be here all week. But yeah, good match between these two. Jay Lethal retains. But even in interviews, Cody was like, well, you know, maybe I'll win. And if I do win, I could arrange some kind of contract extension and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, so he hinted that maybe some kind of something would happen, but it didn't. But man, the clock is ticking. We are just over 2 weeks away from the end of the year. And that's when they're going to start doing some big reveals as to what exactly their future is. And I can't imagine it's all going to be revealed in Being the Elite. They'll do a portion of it in there because that's where fans are watching the most. But you got to think there's got to be some kind of like press conference or something. Maybe live from Cucamongo. I don't know. But yeah, interesting end of the match. Skrull comes out, gets in the face of Lethal. So it doesn't look like he's going to wait too long as far as wanting that championship match. I heard about a spoiler from tonight's tapings, but I'm not going to discuss that. But I'm guessing what I read has to do with the next chapter in that story between Skrull and his future in the new year against Jay Lethal. And that's all I'm going to say. So if you saw it or you were there, no spoilers, please. We'll find out on Ring of Honor television in the coming weeks. Hell, probably in a couple. I don't know how much more they have to show as far as what's already taped for the show, but we'll find out soon. So Skrull comes out, gets in the face of Jay Lethal. Nick Aldis comes out and applauds the two. Cody bypasses Nick, doesn't even look at him. But Nick stands out there with who's his valet? Camille? I'm trying to think of her name. I think that's her name. She's very new to the whole, like, you know, being at the side of Nick Aldis. The first time she was out there was at the NWA 70 show. That was his secret weapon against Cody's brandy. And hey, it was effective. It was very effective. But he was out there too. And I know that the NWA is not working closely with a few promotions, Ring of Honor being one of them. So I'm wondering, maybe somewhere down the line, possibly Madison Square Garden, we see like a champion versus champion match. Possibly. I think maybe that was like planting the seeds of it. I mean, they got a ways to go, but it's possible. Let me know what you think it is. Why Nick was out there. Because I can tell you it wasn't for Cody. As much as people, including myself, want to see that part 3 between Cody and Nick, I don't think it's going to happen. Surprised if we got an NWA for the Ring of Honor title, man. Winner takes all. Winner takes all, yeah. So not just champion versus champion and you keep your belt as in a non-title belt. You think winner takes both. Yeah, I mean, that's a high-stakes weekend as it is. It's a big weekend. Why not do something like that at the G1 Supercard? You know, makes sense. I like it. And if you've watched Ring of Honor on YouTube lately, all their special little vignettes that they've been putting out leading up to this weekend, Final Battle, the Pinnacle series, I believe it's what it's called, is all done in part with NWA's production team, David Lagana. And if you watch the 10 Pounds of Gold series on NWA's YouTube channel, you nod your head, you go, oh, yeah, that's totally them. I think they're in the credits, which is painfully obvious, but you see the similarities as well. So, and it's good stuff. I like it. Good storytelling. So, yeah, it will be very interesting to see where that goes. And, of course, we get into what Mr. Survivor Series called insane. Yes, it was insane. The ladder war match for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. SCU defending against the Elites, Young Bucks, and them boys, the Briscoes. Oh, the blood flowed in this one. Possibly more injuries. There were some really ugly spots in this. I don't know how many tables they broke in this match. Jeez Louise. Both of the young bucks, Matt and Nick, both went through tables. Ladders were broken. I mean, this match really had everything. And I have not seen the last big famous one that had to do with 3 Ring of Honor tag teams, and that was a couple of years ago, I believe. I missed that one. But if I had to throw out a guess, I'm guessing this was, I'll say, at least as good. Just a guess. Because these guys leave it all out there. It's ridiculous. The Briscoes are now 10-time Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. There are not too many guys that have been together as long as the Briscoes that have been in this company since day one that can claim those kind of numbers. I can honestly say I've been a fan of the Briscoes since their new TV deal started 6 years ago. And all the respect in the world for them, man. I mean, they literally came out guns blazing. Tables out immediately. Throwing chairs in. Ring psychology. Just crazy action right off the bat. The best tag teams of the past decade. Yeah, they really are. And that's one thing that I think Ring of Honor has always prided itself in, as good tag team, good tag teams, a good tag team roster. The Briscoes have been loyal to this company. They're not going anywhere. They will. They were born in this company. They will die in this company. I'm a firm believer in that. Now, one thing I'm not sure of. Like, I know the Young Bucks are leaving. This is didn't fit their image. Yeah, I've seen that promo. It's on a Ring of Honor YouTube censoring you. I don't care. It's okay. I'm not going to ban you because you cuss. It's okay. Yeah, the term the WWE gave the Briscoes, and I've talked about this before, but it's funny. So I'll reiterate it if you're new to this story. WWE told the Briscoes after they did a tryout a handful of years ago that they were cosmetically unpleasing to the eye. Well, damn. It still cracks me up. The terminology that was used. You can go look. It's on YouTube. I know it is. It's been a while since I watched it, but it's basically they basically cut the promo right after WWE told them no, which makes no fucking sense. It doesn't, because within a year of that, guess who all of a sudden got a bunch of shine on NXT, and then they went to the ring, to the main roster. Oh yeah. The not so cosmetically pleasing looking Wyatt family. Yeah, WWE's full of shit. It's crazy. Okay. But yeah, the only thing that I'm unsure of as far as contracts and people coming and going and stuff, we know the Elite's going. Marty still has like a contract until like springtime, like April. I'm guessing maybe up until the G1 card show. Maybe that's a guess. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure everyone's done. The only one I don't know is the SCU guys. I don't know what Daniels is doing. I don't know what Kazarian and Scorpio Sky are doing. I don't know if they're just still under contract. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on with them. Young Bucks are the nicest people. After their speech, when the show went off, they took pictures and high-fived everyone. I got a pic with Matt Jackson. Hey, I would love to see that picture, dude. Sincerely. Hit me up. My links for my social media are in the description. Hit me up. I'm on Twitter the most when it comes to like supporting my podcast and stuff. Hit me up on either one of my either the Smash This Podcast one or the J-Bone 5150. I would love to see that picture, dude. Sincerely. Great women's rap. Demon Rocks, what is up? Yeah, follow me and I'll follow you back, dude. Sincerely, will do. And if you're digging the content that you're watching tonight, you know, sub the channel would be most appreciated. Just trying to grow that channel, trying to get back that 575, one left over the weekend. Don't know who, don't know why, but we're trying to get that one back. Better than I. Oh, you already subbed. Well, thank you. Most appreciated. Better than I expected to. Oh, the women's match? Yeah, you know, when you got like a multi, we'll just say man or woman match, it's not everybody's cup of tea, because it leaves too much room for, oh, why did that happen? You know, that kind of stuff. But, you know, I felt it was good. It was elimination. So, you know, it slowly narrows it down. But you're at 575. I am? I thought I was at 574. Yeah, it sucks about Tennille Dashwood and dealing with her whole, oh, sure as shit, I am 575. I don't always get, thank you for noticing. I don't always get notifications when I get a new sub. If their account is public, I'll get a notification about it. If they don't, I don't know what the difference is, but if it's not a public account or something, they keep everything private, I won't see it. I don't know who it is. Anyways. But yeah, awesome. Hit that 575. I was hoping to. So, yeah, this match was insane with the J-Bonus logo. Oh yeah, not too loco, just a little loco. Local enough to keep doing this. Can you join the live stream? Well, I'm wrapping this up soon. I'll tell you what, I'll have you join one of the next ones because I'm honestly going to get off of here soon. I'm in a lot of pain. Not to make excuses, but just no. And Ronnie, I love you. Just not in the mood for joiners tonight. We'll do something soon if you want to hit me up on social media and we'll plan something because I've got a lot more new stuff coming. Okay. Joined in late. What do you think of Cobb Paige? That was good. It was good. It was honestly, and everyone has their own opinions as far as what was match of the evening. If you don't pay a lot of attention to the Kenny King Eli Isom match, that was a hell of a way to start the show. Those two, I've been, like I said earlier, I've been a fan of Cobb's for a handful of years now on Lucha Underground and what he does under the mask. So seeing him as champ shine on a show like Ring of Honor, it's just awesome. It's another great stage for him. And I've been slowly becoming a fan of Hangman Adam Page's over the course of this last year, couple years as well, shining on being the Elite Series and also in the ring. But this year I paid more attention to his in-ring work, especially like when I was at All In. That was great with Joey Janela. And then really watching him shine tonight was tremendous. Great mid-carder. Yeah, and you know what? You're talking about, at least I think you're talking about King. But yeah. Demon Rocks. I hate Joey. Hey, I get it. He's not everybody's cup of tea. A lot of people think he's just a hardcore idiot, But I see something more than that. And I think he's really been going out of his way the last couple of years to prove people wrong. So, and it's going to be a while, unfortunately, before we see Joey again. And a lot of people assume that he was signed somewhere before he got injured. He's not. He's a free agent, along with Marco Stunt. So 2019 is going to be a very interesting year. A lot of people are signing contracts and taking sides, and we're going to see more and more of that. People trying to nail people down to sticking with a company, this company, that company, MLW, Ring of Honor, WWE. They're all fighting for a piece, which is, it's good. It's good. It's good, healthy professional wrestling competition. And not knowing exactly what's going on with so many people leaving this company at the end of this year and going into next year. We kind of know, but we really don't know. There's all this all elite talk. AEW. Man, it's going to drive fans nuts the next 2 weeks waiting for some kind of, okay, break the news already. What's going on? But see, people are upset that they haven't said nothing. You guys forget, everybody's still under contract. if they talked about them doing all this other stuff while they're over here in this company under contract, no matter when it's going to expire, do you realize how many people would be in trouble? Like legit legal trouble? There's a method to this. They got to be smart about this. They can't, like, they've probably known about this months ago, or at least pieces of it. They just can't say it. What else is going on in the chat before I get out of here? Sammy, you love Sammy. Wait, you love Sammy, but you hate Joey. All right. How has Stunt not been signed yet? Dude is so much fun. Oh, just wait. Just wait. 2019, he's going to get signed someplace. I hope to God it's not 205 Live, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Well, maybe if they make a 145 Live or something. The kid doesn't even weigh 150. He may pack on a couple pounds while he's healing up his leg. You know, he's not moving as much. But man, the last match I saw him on MLW, I think, was before he got injured a week or two ago on TV or YouTube. He said he weighed 144. I was like, damn. I've got 100 pounds on this kid. Unbelievable. That's crazy. He's just blowing people's minds this last 6 months. Right? Between All In and now. Crazy. You don't like his character, Age. Cody is no longer under contract. Okay, no, he's been doing a handshake deal with pretty much everyone he's dealt with, as far as I know. Tom Lawler is awesome. Yes, he is. Yeah. He's gonna shine. He's gonna shine bright in MLW in 2019. I hope he becomes champ. I really do. No, Cody's unique. I mean, he's really been writing his own rule book for the last 2 years. And I respect the hell out of that. I really do. I hope whatever he's dreaming big of doing in 2019, I hope it all happens. Because he deserves it. He's one of the hardest working guys, in my opinion. I didn't think much of him when he left the WWE, but then over the course of that first year between working with Evolve, the Indies, TNA, and all that stuff, I was like, wow. He really started turning heads. And this last year has just been insane. So, all right, we're going to get out of here. Overall, Final Battle, I'd call it a 5-star show. I was very happy with it. Even though I wasn't vested in, like I said, half the matches, I felt they all were good. They all told a story. They all were a lot of fun. And it really makes, for someone who doesn't talk about Ring of Honor on here, for someone who doesn't talk about Ring of Honor a lot on here, except for some of the bigger shows, some people pride their podcast in talking about Ring of Honor all the time. What I've been watching over the course of the last couple of years, like, you know, and I'll binge watch the television stuff. Like, I'll watch like 4 episodes at once to catch up on like a month's worth of stuff. But I never talk about it on here because some stuff I fast forward through, I just don't know who they are. Some stuff I just don't really care about. But I'll tell you what, I'm very curious to see what the company is going to look like a year from now. I think it's going to look very, very different. Hell, just this coming spring, with the elite leaving, oh my God. The opportunities people are going to have that they're going to give to other people, and new faces in the company. Oh my God. I can't wait to see who they all bring in. We know Brody King's coming in. We know PCO's coming in. There's probably going to be a lot more. Because let me tell you, the elite probably did not come at a cheap price. So that frees up a whole crap ton of money. And I'm not saying you bring in like double the amount of people in at not even close to a tenth of the price. I have no clue, how many of the people they're planning on bringing in, what it's going to cost. But it certainly does expose a big opportunity for newcomers in the company. And I'm very curious to see what it looks like. And I got a feeling I'm going to be talking more about it on here. So if that's something you want to see, let me know. I'm always open to suggestions. There is going to be something else that is going to be coming to Smash This Podcast in 2019. I hinted at it last night. Or I should say at my during my impact review. So I'm going to keep hinting at it. Something big is company. Starting a company. Something big is coming to the channel. I can't wait to start it. I'd start it now if I could. But I have to wait just a little bit. So, that being said, yeah. I watched part of the Impact Twitch show that happened yesterday. I'm going to finish watching it. We'll probably review that in the next night or two, depending on how I'm feeling. All right. So we're getting out of here. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We may be back tomorrow night. Not sure. Not going to promise nothing. But we will be back soon. We'll review that Twitch show. We'll also review the new MLW probably Monday sometime. Who knows? Maybe we'll go back to Monday nights. That may be a developing thing as well. We'll see. No clue. All right. Take care, everyone. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for chatting it up with me. Hit me up on social media to chat more if you want. Smash that like button and smash that sub button and ring that bell for notifications so that you know when more of my content hits your screen. Good night, everyone. Have a good one.